Alright, Viola is our next battler here. What does Viola have here? So Viola has, Slitherwing. That's really interesting. We have Corviknight, Wu Qian, Fluttermane, Iron Bundle, and Qian Pao. Now, Wu Qian lowers attack, so we just need to be mindful. Dreadnought's not going to like that matchup at all. But we can get away with some of the special attackers we have on the team, too. So, alright, let's think about this. How do we want to approach this? Now, I like Pelipper later. I don't want to use Pelipper immediately, because if Iron Bundle comes out, Iron Bundle is just going to be a monster to deal with, right? So, I'd feel confident. I kind of like Ferrograph a little bit, yeah, actually. Especially with the Dazzling Gleams, you know, so that could work out. I kind of like Qian Pao Golden Go. And then using either Garganacl or Ferrograph, depending on what my opponent leads, to kind of come in. So we'll go that way. I realize I did drop the Pelipper, but I think it's okay. The main problem I'm going to have is Slitherwing. I don't really have a great attack against it, right? So I think Pelipper, if the opponent sees Pelipper, my hope is that they recognize that and try to back away from using Slitherwing. Because, yeah, if you look at their team, Wu Qian doesn't like Pelipper, and neither does Slitherwing, right? And so I'm hopeful I can capitalize on that. Maybe they won't win it. Wu Qian, though, would be a good match. Garganacl would be a good match. Would enjoy fighting Wu Qian, though. Alright, so we are going to see Slitherwing and Iron Bundle. Yeah, so they were predicting potentially Pelipper, which is why I didn't want to immediately bring it out. Okay, Sword of Ruin comes up. Yeah, we got the whole Cork Drive coming in here, too. Okay, first things first, let's go ahead and... I feel like the best thing is we're going to Protect. And we're going to go ahead and Power Gem this Iron Bundle. Get it out of the way. Oof. It decided to Protect right now, which is not great. I don't like to see that. First impression. Okay. One way we could have played that around that as well was bringing in Ferrograph, but I think in this case it just doesn't make sense. You don't know if I'm choiced or not right now. I don't really have a great switch in except for my own Ferrograph. But I guess the question is, now that you know I'm going to use Power Gem, would you stay in, right? So, I feel like it's definitely a possibility, because you can use, any safe switch-ins, Power Gem? Not really. Alright, we'll go for it. I think the main thing is you would have to predict... And, yeah, I might be eating up a Bug-type move, but it's just the way that it goes. Okay, so you target down Golden Go. I survive. I'll take that. So we get a knockout Iron Bundle. And then I'm assuming U-turn, right? Yeah, I just didn't really have a great switch in. Alright. Alright, Wu Qian comes out. And the attack of my Pokemon go down too. Alright. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire off a Dazzling Gleam. I'm going to switch out Golden Go to Garganacl. Seems weird, but I don't think that you're going to fire off a fighting type move into the Garganacl slot. Well, that's a really cool... I like that tech a lot. Increase your speed, okay. And we get Snarl off. It's not too bad. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. And then Wu Qian is leftovers as well. Okay. I think now I want to ally switch. And I definitely want to Salt Cure Slitherwing. Kind of put it on a timer, you know? Nice thing is the defense drops actually helped me out. Yeah, and Snarl doesn't do anything. I don't care. Alright, the question is, do I think that +1 Golden Go outspeeds +1 Slitherwing? My guess is yes. So the way I want to play this is I want to Terra Steel and go ham. And I'm going to Salt Cure the Wuchien slot. We'll go that way. And eventually, if we can take away Wuchien's, okay, I'll take that. Not ideal, because if I did Salt Cure Corviknight, then I would have gotten a very helpful Salt Cure off. Let's try out this Make It Rain, though. Let's see how much we can do here. A decent amount. Oh, that Avoid is actually pretty clutch, not gonna lie. Okay. I'm gonna Salt Cure the Wuchien slot. Alright, feel like it's appropriate to Salt Cure Corviknight. And I do want Golden Go to stay around, but this also means that it is open to being hit by Corviknight. So I'm not a big fan of how I'm playing this for sure. Alright, so yeah, Wuchien switches out. That just felt pretty obvious, you know? Alright, and we got Tailwind coming in. So now the question begets itself. What do we do? Do we... Alright. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Salt Cure Slitherwing. I'm going to Ice Spinner the Corviknight slot. Yes, First Impression will come out, but Slitherwing can only target one, and I have Focus Sash still intact, right? So I'm trying to bank in on that. Ooh, that's a KO already. That's huge. That is huge. We can use this to our advantage. Perfect. Slitherwing has to stay in with the Salt Cure. That was a big turn, yeah. And I think us saying, you know what, we're going to commit with the Focus Sash was big. Perfect, okay. I think we just need to wait one more turn. So double protecting here makes the most sense. And then from there, we will double target Wuchien with all the attacks. So we want to protect here, protect one more time, and we'll go from there. Oh, and they just forfeit! Ah, dang! Yeah, Corviknight's tough, in this generation especially. I mean, in the last generation it was tough, but man, this one, because the power dynamic of Dynamax is gone, yeah, it can be really tough with, like, Tailwind. It's a great Tailwind setter. It has great attack. It's very defensive, so it can be a really... and especially, too, against Team Lu. But, yeah, I felt like the opponent could have played that a little bit longer, for sure. But, yeah. Man, that was lucky. I'm so glad we found our win condition there. And really, that turn of, like, we're going to commit with holding the Focus Sash, and we'll go for it. And knocking out Corviknight, that was huge. That was absolutely huge. Getting off that big Salt Cure really put us back into... it swung that battle back into our favor. Especially when I incorrectly did Terra. Shouldn't have